One thing that we get a lot is, can you tell the difference? Because people always come to my shop and said, oh, if you can't tell the difference, why can't I just buy one and just pawn it off and I make a difference? So can you tell from naked eye? No. Can you tell with loop? No. Can a veteran who worked for like 40 years tell from naked eye or even with loop? No. The way how they are able to tell is how you dress. Does it matches the ring? No, then they will doubt. It's too perfect. Does it match you? You don't drive in a Rolls Royce, but you have a 5 carat DES2. Yeah, probably it's lab-grown or you stole it from someone, right? But the way how you actually tell it, I always say it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like trees. If you go to your normal parks, those are the fast-growing trees. What happens if you cut it in half? You'll see how you actually see how old the tree is by how many circles there are. And one way to tell how fast-growing it is how regular or how thick it's each circle from each other. If you look to auction house, a lot of the very old woods, like your Jitan or Leifamo, those ones, you'll see the circles are very irregular. They're very compact because they take thousands, hundreds of years to grow. They're very irregular. Similar with diamonds. If you magnify it with 1,000 times, you'll see the growth mark. The growth mark will determine whether it's a lab-grown or it's a natural. Hence, we go back to the same argument. It's too perfect, it's pro-lab-grown. That's how people look at it. And one thing that we get a lot of as well is, oh, does it come as a GIA? I think the first thing that I will ask is, if you go to an auction house, Christie's or Sotheby's, when you buy an emerald or ruby or sapphire, which is the cert there's out there? Most of the time, it's Gerbilin, GRS, SSFR. GI is not on there. Why? Because in order to become the authority of that specific subsegment, you're basically having the largest database, right? The more you rank, the better you are, like most things in life. GIA has the largest database for natural diamonds, hence they're the authority of it. With lab-grown diamond, it's a company called IGI. They have the largest database. So according to that logical propagation, we here deal mostly with IGI. But if a customer who wants a GIA, sure, we'll always take it offline and cater for that.
So in summary, right, you can't tell the difference between a lab-grown or a natural diamond. In most settings, unless you really look closely, you can't really tell the difference between, say, a VVS versus a VS, unless you just based on how they tell. And then going back to what you mentioned before is the people that can tell you what it is are these third-party kind of rating services. So GIA, which is the Gemological Institute of America, which is like the most famous, is for natural diamonds. And that's, you get a little form when you buy it, and then that's how you know. And then to your point, for lab-grown, it's something called ISI. Sorry, what was
IGI.
it? IGI. And that's how basically for lab-grown, you're like, this is what you're paying for.
Exactly.
Awesome. So what are some perceptions of